Hello everyone and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. So I've been trying to post weekly, but I'm kind of failing. I post art and animation, so if you like that type of content, please consider subscribing and sticking around for my weekly/bi-weekly art posts, sometimes every 3 weeks, so yeah. Also, I'm truly sorry for not posting a bit. I've rearranged my room and everything, so I didn't have a desk because I've been getting rid of lots of stuff. So I'm using a temporary table instead. I'm doing other things to improve my life also, like using a planner. I hope you guys are okay with that. I appreciate that you guys are staying with me and continuing to support me. Also, I racked up a lot of shoutouts during the time I was gone, so please stick around to hear them all at the end. They deserve our love and support. Also, please subscribe to my friends. Their links to their channels will always be in the description. Okay. Thanks for listening. Now on to the video. 5 ways to get better at drawing. Tip number 1, use references and study. Okay, so I know you've probably heard this tip a lot, but it can be really annoying, but it's very important. You need to understand a little bit about how real life works for your art to look believable. If you want to do art, then you need to study a lot of real life to know how to break and follow the rules. If you want to do cartoonism, then do both at the same time, because balancing is very important, because you may forget to do one or the other if you just do one separately. So if you want to do cartoonism, but you don't want to do realism, just do them at the same time. If you do it separately, then it can ruin your art in the future, not the past, and you may just, it's better in the long run to do both at the same time. Tip 2, study other artists. Good artists steal. Yep, you heard that right. Good artists steal. I heard this from a YouTube video once. I forgot what it was called, but I think it was by Lavender Town. This is, or maybe it was by Drawing with Waffles. I honestly don't know. If I do find it, it might be in the description or in the card or something. Okay. So first of all, you should do this after you use references or while you do it, because if you do it before, then it'd be like using references, other people's art as references, and that's not good. Because most of them usually studied real life or something, or maybe not, but they're using their own rules. And if you follow other people's rules, then it'll be hard to learn real life, because you might think that those rules are they are set in stone, basically. If that makes any sense. And the reason for this is if you have, sorry, I cannot talk very well today. The reason you study other artists is to learn how other people break their rules. Maybe you like the way other people break their rules while doing it, maybe. Or maybe you just are trying to make a style or something like that. And to make a style, usually you either just think of it in your head, or you always have a style, but this is for really another video, honestly. But you always have a style and such, like drawing a stick man, that's your style, I guess, if that's how you want it. But, okay, I'm getting off topic here. Basically, studying other people's art can help you in the long run, but only do it while or after using references and studying, because if you do it before, then it could mess up your art. Okay. Tip number 3, push your limits. Okay, let's say you can't draw boys. Well, if you're gonna push your limits, then you have to practice it, right? If you can't draw girls, then you're just gonna practice. Can't draw animals, then practice. I think I made my point. So basically, if you can't draw something, but you just don't want to do it because you don't like doing it, if you don't push your limits and do it, then you're never going to learn how to do those kinds of things. You might be wondering why you just can't stay in your comfort zone and just draw what you want, or you might be screaming at me internally saying I've learned this a million times. And if art is just a side thing that you just do sometimes, you're not really serious about it, then I guess you don't have to push your limits. I don't really care. Do whatever you want. But these are just tips. I'm not forcing you to do anything, okay? But here's my perspective about it. If you don't push your limits, you don't learn new things. If you don't push your limits, you might be blocking off hidden talents and such. And if you don't practice and push your limits, then you will never be able to learn or find out what you like about your art or don't like about your art. Because you might learn that you like drawing boys or girls or animals after you practice a little bit and you get the hang of it, if that makes any sense. Tip 4, experiment. Okay, so this one's kind of like pushing your limits, experimentation. You might be scared to experiment, and that's okay, because sometimes when you start something new and you don't like it, you just give up, because that's what I do. And that's okay, because it was just an experiment. If you start out small, just like sketching out some random things that you see, and if you like it, then you could keep going. And if you want to try it, then go back to it later, I guess, and push your limits when you have the energy to do that, or when you just decide, hey, it's time for me to just practice this and get over it. Experiment with different styles. You might find a better way of enjoying drawing that you enjoy, or something like that. It's kind of like stealing. Try out new things and see if you don't like it. And if you leave it for another day, if you don't like it, leave it for another day and for when you feel like pushing limits, I guess. I don't know. Tip 5, critique your art. Okay, so critiquing your own art can be hard because you went through the process and you made mistakes and there's so much more obvious to you, so you may critique yourself a little too hard or not enough at all. And if you can, share your art online or just locally, because some of you guys can't really share it online because like you're not allowed to, or you just don't want to. You can share it locally, like at your school, if your family, if you want, and such like that. And you should tell them that you want an honest like honest response, because if they tell you there's some things that they think they don't like about your art, then you could try and prevent that, or tell them it's just part of your style, because it might just be part of your style, like me. Sometimes I have things that are just part of my style. So I post my art on YouTube, as you can see, and I share it with my friends and family. Not because my friends take my sketchbook or my family is nosy and brags about me all the time, even though it makes me kind of sort of nervous. Here are some tips that I'm going to share about you critiquing yourself. First of all, before you even try, take a break. Walk away from your art a little bit, because maybe just 30 minutes or an hour. And this is because you're drawing a piece for a while, I'm assuming. And if you take a break, you may forget about little mistakes or refresh your head. Sometimes before you do this, you could list things that you don't like about it real quick and come back and look at it, and you'll be able to list ways to fix it because your head is refreshed. Sometimes it doesn't work. I don't really know. Next, I put down all the majors. What are the obvious mistakes, and what is the first thing I looked at? You may realize big mistakes that were blocked by the process and the tiny mistakes in your head. Analyze more than one piece too. See if each pieces of art have something in common, and things that make them different. Find a solution to why you don't like your art, or just find out why you like certain pieces so much. Lastly, I'd like to say that anyone can learn art, any age and any experience. Some may have what you call a creative mind, but we all start in the same place, right? Drawing can be considered a talent, yeah, but if anyone can learn it, and it isn't necessary just because it isn't necessarily something you're born with, because even some of the most talented artists still had to learn. They didn't just immediately plop out a Mona Lisa at the age of 5 without any experience. And if that happened, I'll eat my words. This is just my perspective on art, okay? Please don't go bombarding me with stuff in the comments. Okay. But yeah, if you want to make art, then just do it. Just try and learn. It's not like anyone's gonna see it if you don't post it or anything. You could just do it. Hey, thanks for sticking around. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and or liking the video. Speaking of subscribing, please sub to the following underrated people that I've been scouting out for the past times I've been gone. Stellrz, Lebi Art, Random Fandoms, Good Wittle Witch, Ztufs, InvaderSanchez, Sparkle Creations, Art by Lay Ann, Moon Arts, and Spaghetti Straps. All links will be in the description. It is very appreciated if you go check them out. Also, I am very sorry for talking so fast. I just have a habit of that. So, yeah. And all art in this video is done by me, excluding creator profiles, etc. Please don't steal my art or use it. If you do steal it and I find out, I'm suing you. JK, I actually don't know how to, but please don't steal my art or anyone's. I think that's against the law. If you'd like to collab or get a shout out, etc., comment about it. And if you have Pinterest or something and you want to collab, you could message me since I don't have Insta and stuff. Thank you.